Wassup YouTube, PokePrimer here, finally ready to deliver you our team builder for Major League. This week we are taking on Toasty and the Las Vegas Bidoof. Last season in the minor leagues, we actually took Toasty on and were able to beat her. It was a close, but it was definitely a close matchup. It was definitely a very close matchup, but we were able to beat her. But we are now both up in majors and new teams and everything else. It's going to be a very tough matchup. But her team consists of Sylveon, Volcarona, Fortress, Shaman, Jellicent, Quagsire, Megalopunny, Dragonite, Gligar, Meowstic, and Magnezone. Now again, some people seem to get worried about this. If you are seeing this team builder, the battle has already happened. The battle has in fact happened between me and Toasty. So, therefore, you don't have anything to worry about. She's not going to be able to see this. She's not going to know what my sets are. So, therefore, chill. Okay? Okay. Anyways, her team's really, really tough to beat. They've got a lot of bulk with the Sylveon, the Fortress. Shaman's very bulky. Jellicent's fat. Quagsire's fat. Megalopunny is a huge threat. Dragonite's scary as hell. Meowstic is annoying. Gligar's fat. Magnezone can be scary if used right. And just overall a very, very tough team to beat. But I think we have the right team to do so. And we're going to start that team off with Raiden, our Mega Manectric here. Raiden is rocking max speed, max special attack with a timid nature. Need to run max speed so that we can speed tie with our good buddy, that good friend of ours, Miss Megalopunny. So we need to speed tie with that, at least, so we can potentially Volt Switch out against it or whatever. We can also come in and intimidate it, which is really cool. We have the Volt Switch Thunderbolt combination. That's always going to be there for the most part, because it's just so useful. It's going to really rock the Jellicent and can really send us packing around the team really well. Now, again, this is one of those cases where my opponent has something that's a ground type 4 times weak to ice, and a ground type 4 times weak to grass. It was a matter of deciding which one I needed to cover for most. I decided to run the HP Ice over the HP Grass. Hope that doesn't bite me in the ass. Hashtag bars. But no, I ran the HP Ice over the HP Grass because I honestly feel like Gligar has a better matchup here than I would with Quagsire, but that's my opinion. If the Quagsire comes, I'm not too worried about it. I have plenty of things to deal with it. Other than Mega Manectric, I'm not too scared of it, but we have that. And we have the Flamethrower so that we can take care of the Fortress and the Shaman and potentially the Magnezone. So, very standard Mega Manectric set, but sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Next up, we have Chimpact, our Infernape, rocking the Expert Belt with Iron Fist. Max attack, 60 into special attack, and enough speed to outspeed base 100s at max speed. So that we can outspeed a max speed Volcarona, and we will outspeed a max speed Shaman. So that's cool stuff right there. Now, the reason I didn't waste time outspeeding a max speed Meowstic is because it's probably just going to Thunder Wave me anyway, so that's kind of stupid and pointless. So I'm not going to waste my time trying to outspeed something that is going to outspeed me every turn regardless, thanks to its Prankster ability. So, not going to waste my time there. We are running Flare Blitz, Mach Punch, Grass Knot, and U-Turn. Flare Blitz is pretty much a nuke button. I can click that most times and everything except for the Dragonite, Gligar, and the Dragonite, the Quagsire, and the Jellicent is going to get absolutely nuked by it. It's not going to appreciate the Flare Blitz at all. Mach Punch is there for the Megalopunny. I can click a Mach Punch and clean it up potentially later game. It does a lot of damage with the Iron Fist and the Expert Belt boost, so it's going to do a large chunk of damage to the Megalopunny. Pretty sure it does well over half, so that's really good. Grass Knot is for the case of the Quagsire switching in on me. I can immediately click the Grass Knot button, and it will wipe out the Quagsire immediately. And then the U-turn is just so that we can keep up momentum in situations as well where I think a switch might happen. I click the U-turn button, Whatever comes in, I U-turn off of it, and then I get the momentum in my favor. So that is going to be our Chimpact set. Chimpact's going to put in some work this week, hopefully. Next up, we have Starscream the Staraptor, who is an absolute god in this game. Choice Scarf, Reckless. Again, we have to run Jolly this week because we need to at least speed tie with the likes of Volcarona and Shaman, because, especially for the Volcarona, if it decides it wants to try to set up a Quiver Dance, I need to be able to at least speed tie with it if it's offensive and get that thing off the field as fast as possible. Because if I don't, we're pretty much asking for death, which sucks. Well, we got Brave Bird Close Combat, Double Edge and U-Turn, Standard, Average Everyday Staraptor set. It's pretty much like the only set to run on it, like 95% of the time. It's just really good. It's just really good. It's enough. That's pretty much what it is. It's just good. But Brave Bird is going to nuke pretty much the entirety of Toasty's team. Nothing really wants to switch into the Brave Bird besides the Magnezone. Really, because Brave Bird even 2-hit KOs Dragonite with the multi-scale and everything. It 2-hit KOs it. Close Combat is for that Magnezone if it wants to try to switch in on me. Double Edge is just for, I guess, other stab to hit things with. Just because, you know, hey, you know, something else to hit them with, why not? Fuck it, right? Have nothing else better to do with it. And then U-turn is also for the momentum, so we have 2 U-turners and a Volt Switch, so we have a nice, solid Volt Turn core between these 3 Mons, which is really cool. Staraptor can put in a lot of work doing that for us. Next up, we have Cresselia, Sailor Moon, rocking the Rocky helmet. This is our switch into Mega Lopunny. Max HP, max special defense. Now you'd think, oh, you have a specially defensive Mon to switch into a physical attacker? Listen, okay? Mega Lopunny cannot do very much damage to Cresselia. Even with us being specially defensive, it still does not do very much. So we can switch into Mega Lopunny every day of the week and do massive, massive damage to it with the Rocky helmet, and then it's going to be forced to switch because it knows it can't kill us. So that's awesome. So we can get free Moonlights off. Thunder Wave is there so we can fuck around and paralyze things like the Volcarona. We can paralyze the Shaman. We can paralyze the Mega Lopunny. We can paralyze the Dragonite. We can paralyze the Meowstic. Fuck, you know, we can just paralyze the whole fucking team. Why not? We have HP Fire for the Fortress so that it doesn't wall us, and then we have Psyshock just for stab so that we can hit the Mega Lopunny when we try to take it on. So that's really cool. Very just standard bulky Cresselia set, but it's really, really effective. Cresselia is a dangerous Pokemon to deal with, so hopefully it can put in some work for us. I'm glad we finally get a chance to use Cresselia here. Next up, we have Weasley, our Druddigon, and this is a little bit more of an interesting set. We are running Mold Breaker with Haban Berry. 132 HP, 116 in speed, 4 in each of the defenses, and max attack Adamant Nature. Now, first things first, 116 in speed. That speed stat allows me to speed creep the speed creeps with Jellicent, speed creep the speed creeps with Sylveon, speed creep the speed creeps with Magnezone. I can outspeed all 3 of those Mons. I have Fire Punch for the Magnezone, and I have Gunk Shot for the Sylveon. Nothing for the Jellicent, but I mean, I'm not too worried about the Jellicent. I can set up rocks as well. I have Stealth Rocks, which I can set those up. And if I can set those up before the Volcarona, that's great. I can set them up before the Dragonite, that's even better. This thing is my stop to Dragonite. If it sets up and wants to try to sweep me, this is my stop. If I let something go down, get a free switch into Druddigon, I can take any one Dragon-type move with the Haban Berry, and with Mold Breaker, breaking multi-scale, if it still has multi-scale even, we absolutely 100% one-shot with Dragon Claw. Druddigon absolutely one-shots Dragonite with Dragon Claw through the multi-scale and everything because of Mold Breaker. So, Druddigon is our way of stopping Dragonite before it gets going. So, in that event, you know, hopefully it'll work. Jordagon is really, really good in this matchup as well. Being as a mono dragon type really eats a lot of hits that other things might not. So hopefully Jordagon can put in some work for us here, because Jordagon is awesome. And I'm really happy to have Jordagon on the team. The last model we're bringing this week is going to be Ramen our Tangrowth here. Rocking the Assault Vest with the Generator. 8 into attack, 248 into defense, and max special defense with a sassy nature. This thing is full on bulk. This thing is meant to come in against just about any mon on the team, take a hit, and get out. Take a hit, dish some damage, and get right back out of there. This thing is really, really deadly. Giga Drain, Knockoff, Earthquake, and HP Ice. HP Ice is for the Dragonite. Knockoff is for the utility of getting rid of items. Earthquake is for the Magna Zone. And Giga Drain is for the Quagsire and the Jellicent. This is our switch into Jellicent. This is our switch into Quagsire every single time. And this mon beats both of them very efficiently. And I'm really, really excited to get to use Tangrowth in this matchup. But with that, that's going to be it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this team builder, please make sure to leave a like down below. The battle will be going up soon. I have to get that recorded on my iPad and get that uploaded. But I'm really looking forward to presenting that one to you, because it's going to be one hell of a matchup. You're definitely not going to want to miss this one. So, without further ado, I'm going to get out of here. I am PokePrimer, signing off.
What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, primer ready to deliver you our Week 2 battle of the PFL Major Leagues against Toasty and the Las Vegas Bidoof. You can see by the screen that she brought the Dragonite, Fortress, Meowstic, Quagsire, Volcarona, and the Sylveon, as we decided to bring our Starscream, Chimpact, Ramen, Sailor Moon, Weasley, and Raiden. So, without further ado, as I'm all over the place, as usual, we are using my webcam from my computer, because I wanted to try something a little bit different, so, see how this works out. And the quality is still pretty decent. It's a lot easier to record this way. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future, but, hopefully you guys enjoy the battle. And without further ado, let's get into this. Bam. Toasty is in fact issuing a challenge, and she's going to lead off with her Sylveon. And I lead off with Starscream and Staraptor. Now, I am going to click U-turn here, because I don't think this Sylveon's staying in against a reckless Staraptor. So she's going to go into the Quag, as I'm going to go for the U-turn. Kablam! It actually does a decent chunk of damage, even though it's a bulky Quagsire. That's actually really decent damage. I'm thinking it may have been somewhat specially defensive. I'm not sure. It might have been a mixed defensive spread. Did a little bit more than I think it would have for fully Fizz Death. So, it's fine. So she's actually going to go for the Protect here. I do go for the knockoff, predicting the switch. So, interesting play on her part. Now, she stays in... Yeah, well, she's going to stay in here when I watch this. I thought I'd go going for Mind Games here. She stays in as I go for the Giga Drain, and the Quagsire is just going to get absolutely obliterated. Now, my mindset for that is, I think she probably stayed in, thinking maybe I would go for the knockoff again, thinking she would switch after seeing the knockoff. So I thought she would stay in because she knew she could live it. So that's my thought process. Fortress comes in, and I'm going to go right into Raiden here, because Raiden does a lot of work against this Fortress. I'm going to actually Mega Evolve here, and go for that nice, powerful looking Flamethrower, because Lord only knows that I love Flamethrowing 4 times weak things to Flamethrower. Kablam. It's going to live with its sturdy, which is fine, as it is also packing the red card. Red card there. So we're going to get our Happy Manectric Asses shipped out of there, as Sailor Moon's going to come in, take some Stealth Rocks damage, and is going to take this Volt Switch straight to the face. But we are a specially defensive Sailor Moon, so that Volt Switch literally does, like, nothing. So Sailor Moon here doesn't give a shit. In comes the Meowstic, so I'm guaranteeing this thing's going to set up screens here. It goes for the light screen right off the bat, probably to avoid taking too much damage from the crest. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the T-Wave. Blammo. Blammo whammo. Get wrecked. So Sailor Moon is now going to switch, because I don't want Sailor Moon paralyzed. I'd rather have Dredagon paralyzed, to be totally honest. Although this does bite us in the butt shortly, very, very shortly. But, show our Mold Breaker, which is fine. Meowstic's can go for the T-Wave, and Dredagon gets paralyzed. Which sucks a lot, but, you know, what can you do? I'd rather Weasley paralyzed than Sailor Moon, for sure. She's going to set up a Reflect. Right on this turn, I went for the Stealth Rocks, because I wanted my Rocks up ASAP. I knew if I got my Rocks up, the Fortress would be dead, and the Volcarona would take half, which, lo and behold, in comes the Volcarona. If I had my Rocks up, this would be so much less of a threat. But, I get my Rocks up after the Volcarona comes in. Now, my only switch is, Staraptor, because, an offensive Volcarona behind a Reflect takes minimum 97% from a Brave Bird from my spread for Staraptor. So I knew I could at least speed tie. I go for the Brave Bird, and mind you, I find out after the battle this is a defensive Volcarona, but it doesn't matter because Staraptor likes holding 2 items and decides that it's holding a Scope Lens today and decides to crit the Volcarona behind the Reflect, which was hugely, hugely important, because I probably would have died to whatever move it was going for, if I'm being honest. I would have died, but whatever. I go for another Brave Bird, because I'm pretty much sacking this thing off at this point, and Staraptor shows the Scope Lens again, and gets another crit. Boy, oh boy, Staraptor, calm down. I literally was sacking you off, but I guess Staraptor heard my cry and decided, yeah, I'm gonna do good things for my master. I felt terrible about this. Dragonite's going to come in, it's going to lose its multi-scale, but it's going to go ahead and extreme speed and take out my Staraptor, which is a good thing for her, because this Staraptor just wanted to crit her entire team. Now the light screen goes down, and I'm going to go ahead into my beautiful Mega Manectric, get the Intimidate off on this Dragonite here. And the Dragonite's going to go ahead and switch out and go into the Fortress, allowing it to die to the Rocks damage, which is perfectly fine, perfectly smart play to see kind of what I was going for. I did reveal the HP Ice here on my Manectric, so she now knows she cannot go safely into her Dragonite against me. She goes into her Meowstic here, and she's going to set up the light screen, and apparently Mega Pokemon can hold items too, because you're about to see in a second. I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, and that's a lot of damage to crit. Raiden apparently wanted to hold those, that Scope Lens too, so, again, huge apologies to Toasty. This match was just Crit City, and I felt really bad. The Reflect did wear off here. She actually just goes for the T-Wave on my Tangrowth. I guess her only hope at this point is to pretty much hacks my team with Para-Hacks. I am just going to go for the knockoff, though, and get rid of this Meowstic once and for all. No more Reflect, so I know at least my physical moves will do decent damage for the remainder of the match. And in comes the Dragonite, and there's one thing that I'm terrified of, and that is the concept of a weakness policy. So I click weakness policy or Yachi. So I click knockoff first. I know the light screen's still up. So I click knockoff, get rid of that weakness policy there, which is great. She's going to go for another Dragon Claw here and chunk my Tangrowth a little more, but I do get the HP Ice off, which is going to take out the Dragonite. And that is going to give us a 5-0 victory over the Las Vegas Bidoof. Very, very hacksy win, but a win nonetheless. I will take it. I'm not going to complain. I wish it was a definitive victory. Again, Toasty, I'm so sorry for all those crits. I really feel bad. But hopefully the rest of your season remains hacks-free, and you can do well. I know you're going to do well because you're a really, really good battler. So next week we are taking on Rampage and the Indiana Reapers. Last season in the majors we did beat him with a team that I wasn't a huge fan of. New teams now. Hopefully we can pull out the W against him. Can't wait for that match, but stay tuned for that. Yeah, until then, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I am PokePrimer, signing off.